In, don't worry.
My love.
Let me ask you something.
So hard to chew.
You know any good freestylers?
My love.
Really? You know what a freestyle is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
No, I'm asking, do you know folks that are good at it? Really?
My love.
So if I was
so
to,
hard to chew.
if I was to freestyle, how would you know I'm freestyling? How would you know that it's a real freestyle? What would I have to do for you to know that it's real? And it wasn't something I made up.
So hard to chew.
Anybody?
My love.
How can you tell when somebody's freestyling? Talk to me.
My love.
How can you tell?
So hard to chew.
I'm gonna get this question out. I'm gonna ask this group. How can you tell when somebody's freestyling? But how can you tell if a person's freestyling though? You know what a freestyle is, right?
They don't know that they come up with random words.
That's right. That's right. That's right. What's your name? Damien? Dane. I might need you to help me out, all right? It's gonna be easy. I'm gonna do a freestyle, but what I need you to do is I need you to move around the classroom,
So hard.
and whatever you point at and whoever you point at, I'm gonna put it in a rhyme in real time.
My love.
Can you do that?
So like if I point and
Like I'm gonna have you stand up and you're gonna walk around, you're gonna be like, bam. You're gonna be like, whatever. You're gonna point at that. You're gonna take your glasses off and show them to me. Whatever you do, I'm gonna follow in real time. Does that make sense? But you gotta move fast. When you hear me say it, you gotta be off to the next thing. But I need you to do that around the room, all right, Dame? All right, Damien, you're gonna be my man. Hold tight. All right. Are we ready to go?
My love.
Who's still down on the Chromebook? All right, while they're working that, this will give them a little time to rock out.
My love.
All right. So the intro before we jump into the lesson, we are live. All right, welcome everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, my name is Dr. Jenkins. I'm here with Flocabulary. We're going to have a little fun today. We're talking all things hip-hop and education. We like to say where rigor meets rhythm. So with that being said, before we really get into the intro, I want to do the intro because I sat down with you guys for just a few minutes before we kicked off, and I told you all this stuff about me and being a former hip-hop head and all that good stuff, but I didn't give you any proof, no walkaways. So with that being said, I want you to raise your hands if you know what a freestyle is. If you know what a freestyle is, raise your hands. In rap music. Damien, come up. Y'all give Dame a round of applause because he knows what a freestyle is. All right, Dame, what is a freestyle?
when you when people hear a beat and then they come up with random words to come up with some kind of
Boom, boom. All right, if you didn't hear Dame, he said when people hear a beat and they come up with random words sort of on the spot. So here's what Damien and I are going to do, all right? We're going to put all you on the spot, in a good way, I guess. But when I drop the beat, I'm going to give you the signal, Dame, and I want you to move around this classroom. Cameraman, all eyes on him when this thing gets going. But the way this is going to work, whoever you point at, whatever you point at, I'm going to drop in a rhyme in real time, all right? Can you rock with that? If you're moving too slow, I'm going to even rap about you moving too slow or something like that, all right? All right, here we go. Let me get my music right, Dave.
So hard to chew.
You leaving me already, Dean. Let me catch the beat. All right, you ready?
My love.
All right, hold on. All right, let's go, Dean. Let's go. All right, nobody can dispute a champ like me. He pointed at computers, pencil sharpener to keep me sharp. I'm nice with the flow, yo, I do it from the heart. Calculator, can't stop the imitators. I'm Darth like Vader, nobody's greater. Y'all know I don't look back, but if you ever come to school, you better bring a book sack. All these rhymes are right. I grab a mic, I keep the crowd hype, I'm in flight. They're not crayon, they're more like markers. I love Spider-Man, y'all, I love Peter Parker. Y'all know it's no ending. I see his hand on his chin, and plus I see him grinning. Y'all know how it is, I'm nice with the rhyme. I wonder what books for the kids. They read good, feel good, that's music. Nice with the flow, y'all, I know you had to do it. A 49er, I don't move that quick. He got an afro big like Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, and y'all know how it's happening. Nice with the flow, that chair I be rapping in. Sitting down, no seat to the beat. I'm nice like Miami, but I still bring the heat. Yeah, son, it can't be done. You're running out things to grab. He's a champion, like his sweater. Hey, yo, Damon ain't the same. A cartoon character, Team USA. Number 4, I'm hard to the core, rough, rugged, and raw. Always out on tour. Kinda hard to confuse. He got changing minds with the Science News magazine. Haven't you seen? Your boy grows like a beanstalk. Hardcore from the start. Respect, yo, you gotta earn it. We in school, everybody's learning. Y'all know I got a pattern. Hey, yo, Dame man, we done. You shaped like Saturn on your sweater. I brought mines together. Some say now, but I'ma say forever. Hit the floor, unlock the door. Rough, rugged, and raw, and the flow's hardcore. Yeah, I'ma say ho. Have a seat, kid. Welcome to Laredo. That's a freestyle, y'all, all right? All right, so we had to start there because I definitely want you guys to know I'm not making this up, all right? We live, we breathe hip-hop. So today's session, you guys are gonna rock with me, and by the end of the session, I would like to hear from a few of you and a few of you out there watching on writing rhymes. And we like to say writing rhymes with academic purpose, but we'll drop into that and get into that a little bit later. Right now, the agenda, introduction, I think we've got that. We're going to talk a little bit about Flocabulary. Have you used Flocabulary before? Hands in the air if you've used it at least once. All right. So we know what it is. We'll talk about that for those of you that may not be sure. We're going to talk passion and purpose, all right? I'm really big on that. And then it's going to be time to do a little rhyme writing. Now, in the rhyme writing piece, I don't want you guys to get nervous on me. We actually got a platform built within the Flocab platform itself that helps you with the rhyme writing, okay? So we're going to go through that. We're going to see how it works. And it should make a lot of you comfortable about connecting those rhymes. And then it's going to be time to step up and see who's going to be brave enough to get all this Flocab swag we brought along. So hang tight. All right, my background. You guys know I rap. I told you before we got started that I started rapping in middle school, all right? I think I was an 8th grader, 7th for sure, but probably 8th grade when I started rapping. I wasn't crazy about education, which is ironic because I ended up being a school teacher and a school principal, middle school principal actually. And I wasn't. I was disconnected from my learning as a youth, but hip-hop music brought me to school because I look forward to getting with the boys and the girls, the B-boys and B-girls, and practicing this art called hip-hop. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, all right? So back in 1973 in the Bronx, New York, the black and Hispanic community, they created this art form. A lot of people thought at the time it was going to be a fad, but you guys know you can't even watch a McDonald's commercial today without having it done to a hip-hop beat. So that's how powerful the music and the culture has become over the last 50 years. And personally, I'm very happy to be a part of it. along with my background in education, I did have the opportunity to work with some pretty big artists over the years. Big Daddy Kane, you guys might not remember Big Daddy Kane, but without Big Daddy Kane, you probably wouldn't have a Jay-Z, all right? He was that instrumental in pioneering some of the hip-hop in the early 90s, all right? Also a producer by the name of Ninth Wonder. That's whose music I was just rapping to just now. He has gone on to work with everybody from Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce, Jay-Z, you name it. Ninth has produced for those folks. So definitely we don't do it for play. It's real deal. But I'm happy to be able to take what I'm passionate about and make it a purpose in education, which brings me here today. So, Flocabulary. The skinny folks, we use hip-hop music and culture, and we take that and we connect with young people because we want to build you guys' vocabulary, all right? When people ask what is vocabulary about, it's comprehension skills, it's vocabulary acquisition. More words you know, the smoother things go. So that's the gist of it. That's why we do what we do. And the best thing we can do is show you what we do. So right now, we're about to watch one of my favorite Flocab videos, Rhyme and Rhythm. I want y'all to listen to this, all right? Listen close because it's going to give you a lot of the key components to writing your own rhymes, which is what we're all going to be doing pretty soon here. So listen close, check it out, enjoy this one, all right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Flocab. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, let's kick it off with the basics. Start with the word, then take it and break it down into syllables. Those are the units of pronunciation. Let's get moving. Cat, one syllable. Feline, two. Now do you understand how to count them up? Count them up. Not all syllables are created the same. Some are stressed to accented when you say them. Like, do you want to present or would you like a present? Stressing the wrong syllable might leave them guessing. The stress syllables determine the rhythm. Say a line out loud before it gets written up. Now it's time to define rhyme, okay? When the last syllables and words sound the same. You can rhyme just one syllable like amp and lamp at a camp or a champ with a stamp. Or it could be two syllables like Asian and vacation. I'll take one around the nation, okay? Now when the lines rhyme at the end, that's an end rhyme. If you got time to spend, look at any one of these fine lines for an example of end rhyme. Oh, and check out the rhyme scheme. That's the pattern of the end words I mean. The first end sound gets an A. If that sound repeats, it's labeled the same way. Like A, A, B, B's a common scheme to see. And if you're ready for the hook, come sing along with me. Ba-da-da. What syllables I stress, self-determine the rhythm of my lines, I guess. I slip and rhyme so my mind's not stressed. Are you ready for mine? Say it, ah, yes. Ba-da-da. What syllables I stress, self-determine the rhythm of my lines, I guess. I slip and rhyme so my mind's not stressed. Are you ready for mine? Say it, ah, yes. Okay, one technique as you start your rhyme is to count the syllables you use in each line. You'll usually want to keep the count similar-ish or mix it up if you wish. But you're probably not gonna wanna stuff your lines with too many syllables, or they're not really gonna fit. Fitting is critical. Step up your vocab. Vocab's a factor. The more words you know, the easier it is to master. Say you're stuck with the word legs, and the only rhyme you can think of is eggs. If you switched it to a synonym like limb, you could rhyme swim, brim, or pseudonym. You can revise so the end rhyme is different. When the new end sound rhymes are infinite. If I can't rhyme with the town was rural, cause it's hard to rhyme with a word like rural. I rewrite the line to end with the rural town. Now rhymes are bound and it's easy to jot them down. And if you want, try a slant rhyme where it's not exact, but it sounds fine. Cause it all depends on how you flip it. I can make that rhyme with liquid or equipment. I have an orange, it's orange, it's 4 inches round. This beat will boom till it breaks, the door hinges down. Lastly, never quit after a first draft. Revising your work is part of the craft. Find relevant rhymes so the meanings get deeper and improve your rhythm so it's bumping out the speaker.
All right, Flocab video on rhyme. Let's take a look at, one second. This should pop up on you as a collab board if you're in the lesson. I want you to take a minute and answer that question, all right? This is collab board, so if you're in the lesson, just take a minute and respond to this, all right? I'll get a little music playing in the background, but what will you do? What do you plan to do when you finish school? What do you think you would like to do? All right? Just throw it in there, folks. Take about a minute. And be sure to hit the submit in the bottom right corner once you put in your answer. All right. Be sure to hit the submit button. Keep it short, keep it sweet.
It's a deep question. I already have some answers.
Yeah, it's coming in. All right. Another 30 seconds if you didn't get a chance to hit that submit button. All right, look what I'm seeing here. Making my own company. A lot of football with the soccer, and finished school to join the military, Army. Some sheriff department, working with the sheriff department. All right, police department, making my YouTube channel grow. All right. Another few seconds. Anybody else? All right, I want you to think about what you submitted, all right? I want you to think about this. And the reason being, this leads me into something I like to talk about: passion and purpose. Now, a lot of times we like to ask young people, what are you passionate about? And that's a great question. I like to follow that up with, what's your purpose? Now, I want you thinking about what you wrote and submitted, and you got up on the board there, because as you're thinking about this, I want to explain these two concepts, I'll say, to you. So maybe if you haven't already, you can start thinking about it along those lines. If someone asked me in middle school, Merv, what are you passionate about? I would have said, I'm passionate about rapping, and I want to be a rapper. That's what I would have said. Or that's what I did say at the time. But no one said, what's your purpose? And here's the deal, and here's the difference. When we talk about passion, we're usually referencing something that's good for us. It's either going to make us more money, bring a little more fame, like to my person that threw down the YouTube channel. Money and fame. You get a big enough channel, it comes with that. But then, what is the purpose? You see, for me, it was hip-hop music as a passion, but it became a purpose. Because now I get to travel the country and work with folks like you all across the country around hip-hop and education. That became the purpose. So the difference being, passion usually promotes oneself, whereas purpose promotes a community. When it's a purpose tied to that passion, you're helping out more than just you. You're helping out others. And some of you, when you responded, police department, sheriff department, you know, that really goes hand in hand without saying. But for those of you that had things more on the entertainment side, whether it was playing sports, having that YouTube channel, being a rapper like myself, what's the purpose? Ask yourself that as you guide your way through this work. Now, with that being said, we have seen a little bit of the rapping and how it works. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is to log in to a page with Flocabulary. So enter your Flocabulary account, and then we're going to go to a lyric lab. Has anybody used the lyric lab before? Nope. We're going to use it together now because as we practice the lyric lab, it's going to get you guys set up to do this on your own. Okay? All right. I'm seeing the head nod. So here we go. I am going to come out. Don't worry about this page. I'm going to go into my Flocab account, and I'm going to use this activity on Jose Hernandez. But the cool thing about the lyric lab is we can actually create our own rap using that page and not worrying about the specific topic. So what you guys are looking at right now, this is the backdrop for the lyric lab. Lyric Lab is one of 6 activities, interactive activities in the Flocab platform where students engage with the content. So for this particular section, if we were doing this lesson on the astronaut Jose Hernandez, we would be using these key vocabulary words, all right? And we'd be tasked with writing our own rap. And as we fill these in, it'll drop line for line. Now, the cool thing about this is there's a built-in sort of rhyme generator, we call it, where when you finish a first line, over here in the right, it's going to give you examples of what you might want to use to end your second line, but you don't have to use that. It's just sort of a scaffold to help you build out your rap. Now for this, I'm going to ask you guys to help me out with this one, and I need more than Dame helping me out on this one. Dame already helped me out. I'm sure he's going to kick in with this, but I'm going to need you guys to pull here. So we're going to do one together, and then we're going to have that time so you and the folks that are watching can do one on their own. All right? All right? All right, let's go. All right, so I like to do my lyric labs using music. You don't necessarily have to use music. And that's one thing I want you to understand. A lot of times people feel like they have to be rapping. You don't have to rap it. If you want to do it as poetry, if you want to do it more spoken word style, you know, which is sort of an in-between, a mashup of, that's totally up to you. But the main thing is be creative and have fun with it. So with that being said, we got to get a topic, all right? Let's say if our topic is going to be Marvel superheroes. We had that chat earlier, and I know a few of you are Marvel heads. So let's start with that. I want somebody, and the questions are going to get harder for you guys, so jump in early, to give me their favorite Marvel superhero. Anybody, shout it out. Say it nice and loud.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Love it. All right? So, the first line of my rap, remember, we're theming this around Marvel superheroes. Now, the theme a little bit later for everybody to work on is going to be a little different, but I don't want to give too much away, so we're going to practice with this Marvel theme. Iron Man is the first name I heard. So here's what I'm going to say. Oops. All right. I gave that one away for you guys. I wrote the whole first 2 lines. All right. I gave you the first 2 lines. What up, everybody? Let me play my part and tell you about a guy named Tony Starks. Because Tony Starks is
Iron Man.
Iron Man. All right. That's a quick first couplet. We call that a couplet in rap. When you got 2 rhyme lines, or in rhyme period. It's called the couplet. So that's the first couplet, all right? Now, the second superhero. Anybody? And somebody that hasn't shared out yet. I had some Marvel heads in the house. Give me a hero. Spider-Man. Now, here's the hard part. I want more than a name this time. If you heard this line, what up everybody, let me play my part and tell you about a guy named Tony Starks. Think about it, Damien. Think about what's been said already. And now, how do you tie Spider-Man into that next line? And you don't have to rhyme it. Just tell me something about Spider-Man that might tie in with what we said already. I'll turn it into a rhyme. You just tell me something that can tie in about Spider-Man. What do you know about him, Damien? What do you know about him, Spider-Man? He shoots webs. All right, that's easy enough. So I'm going to say, what up, everybody? Let me play my part and tell you about a guy named Tony Starks. Creds meaning money, by the way. All right. You see how quick I was able to turn that around, Damien? So your thing was he shoots webs. I just said, what up, everybody? Let me play my part and tell you about a guy named Tony Starks. We all know his rep. He's big on creds, and he's friends with the dude that shoots the webs. All right? Just that easy, Dave. Just that easy. All right. Next hero. Somebody.
Thor.
Ooh. Who said Thor? Man, you're going to give them all to me, Thor. All right. Matter of fact, now let's create a line, all right? Can you try to create a line about Thor on this next line we got here? Next rhyme line. What would you say about Thor?
He strikes lightning with his hammer.
Ooh, man. How are we going to fit that? Let's see. Oh, do we want to do it like that? All right, we're going to rock with that line for Thor. And then there's a dude bringing lightning and thunder. He's called the mighty Thor, in case you ever wonder. And one more to finish off this verse. I like how we're just getting stronger and stronger. Incredible hope. All right. He's called the mighty Thor, in case you ever wonder. And I'm going to say, but he's not the strongest. At least by default. But he's not the strongest, at least by default. The last on my list is the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner. Good deal. All right, for the first Flocab swag. All right, the first Flocab swag giveaway. Anybody feel like they can rock what we just wrote to a beat? Hey. Anybody? Dame, you're kind of looking like I might be able to pull this off. Can you?
What's that?
Can anybody rock it to a Flocab beat? Let me first see what well, actually we got some beats right here. Another cool thing about the platform, when you're writing, you can actually choose a beat to write from.
At this time, teachers, please submit your attendance. Please submit your attendance.
This is for the swag now. This is the swag giveaway right here. You want to try this? Dean, you want to try this? I'm going to say it one time in my head. Hold on. All right, easy enough. You want to give it a shot, Dave? You want to give it a shot? Come on. Y'all give Dave a round of applause. He's killing the game. All right now. Whenever you're ready. Nice and loud, Dave. Say it again.
I think the beginning sounds better.
Okay. I mean, however you want to do it. You want to, however you want to do it. You want to do it without the music, with the music, with the music. All right. Y'all need to give him the mic.
Sure.
I'm not sure how it's hooked on me, so. Yeah, help me out here. I think the beat will stay on, Dave. No worry. And then I'll come back to this. And just hold it like this. All right. Hold it like that, like a microphone.
Okay. But can you put the music at the beginning?
Oh, say it again?
Can you put the music at the beginning?
Oh, I'll put it at the
Oh, yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. What up, everybody? Let me play my part and tell you about a guy named Tony Starks. We all know his rep is Big Creds, and he's a friend with a dude that shoots webs. And then there's a dude bringing lightning and thunder. He's called the Mighty Thor, in case you ever wonder. But he's not the strongest, at least by default. Last on my list is the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. I hope that came through on the mic. All right, yeah, because he was killing it. Dean, good job. All right, can we hook the man up with some swag? And Holly, I'm gonna be honest. Sir, give me your name.
Ramiro Ramos.
Ramos.
Ramiro.
Ramos. Ramiro.
Ramiro.
Ramito's his first name,
Ramiro.
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 You can say Ram.
Hook-
Swag packs
Hook
coming your way.
him up.
Yes.
Hook him up. Because he's been going hard with superheroes, and of course Damien came out of the box. All right, so that's the Flocab T-shirt, sticker, and pins on deck. All right, give a little love to the brothers, man. Give a little love. All right. So I want you to notice, folks. Dane came up, and he brought his own style to doing the rap. Now, I wrote it with a certain cadence in mind. It's called the cadence. But he came up. He had a different cadence, but it worked. All right? So I hope the folks that are watching was able to hear that. He had the mic up close and personal, so I'm sure it came through nice and loud. And I'm getting the thumbs up from the team. So yes, he had his own cadence, and he was still able to perform the piece that we sort of built out together. All right? That's how easy it is to write rhymes with academic purpose. Here's the thing. When you read it, it pretty much flows into, you know, it's connecting to each couplet. We didn't just call out superhero names and made it rhyme. We literally were able to tie in something about each hero that connected to the next thing that was coming in the rap. That's very important, all right? And the reason why I'm stressing this is the work we're going to do today, and we're going to take some quality time to do it, is going to require that we build and scaffold the rhymes that we're creating. The topic, definitely not superheroes, but a good topic indeed. So, that being said, it is rhyme writing time. I want to go over a few things that could help you out as you're doing this. When you're writing your raps, start out, list the important facts. All right? Because of our topic for today, it's going to be different places, I guess. And write down the places, write down what you like about the place, and then create the first line of your rap. The very first line. And if you need help with writing that first line, we're going to be walking around and giving you some lift, all right, in getting this done and being nice and smooth with it. And then, based on the last word that you use, just like you saw earlier with the lyric lab, you're going to then create a rhyme bank. So if the last word you used in your first line was yesterday, you know, I went and hung out at this place on yesterday, then your rhyme bank is going to be anything that rhymes with yesterday. Sway, way, day, fillet, list goes on and on. You work out that word bank, and then you write that second line. But remember, it needs to connect to that first line, okay? So it all makes sense. It's almost like you're telling a story. After that, you're going to repeat that step about 4 or 5 times, and you should have a nice verse. And that's all we're asking you to do is a verse. And just like Dane did, we want you guys, somebody, to get up and perform their piece. So we want to make you as comfortable as we can during the writing process. But when it's done, we're going to drop a beat and let a few of you rock out. And I hope we can get at least 2 people to step up to the mic and share their creation with everybody else. Any questions before we get into the writing phase of this? Any questions? No? All right. Let's go to a lyric lab. If you can get into your Flocab platform, and if you can't, don't worry about it. You can get a sheet of paper. That's perfectly fine if that's easier for you and you want to write on paper. But if you want to engage on the digital platform, go ahead and log into your Flocabulary account and go to any lesson and pull up the lyric lab, all right? And we're going to show you guys how to do that. So all you want to do is go to any Flocab lesson, and when you open the actual lesson, the very last activity is usually going to be the lyric lab. So log into the lyric lab, and that's going to give you a clean slate, clean sheet of paper to start writing from. All right? And then we're going to talk about our topic for today. So once you're on the Flocab page, go into any subject area. Language arts, doesn't matter. Math. And then, once you're into that subject area, open up any lesson. Any lesson. And now that you got the lesson open, choose a topic. And it doesn't matter, again, we just want the lyric lab. And then look at the bottom of any of those lessons and choose the lyric lab activity at the very bottom. Open up the lyric lab. That's where you're going to write your original piece. All right? Good job, all right? Good job. Yep. And if it comes up with a start button, just hit start. There you go. And open that lyric lab up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Get into the lyric lab. Now remember, guys, when you're in the lyric lab, if you wish to do yours to music, you got several different beats to choose from. All you got to do is, where you see the play line, if you look over to the left, the far left, you got a drop down menu right here, or drop up menu in this case. And you see where I can scroll through and choose from several different tracks. So there's plenty of tracks to choose from. If you guys want to have something playing in the background while you're writing, that's perfectly fine. But I think most of us are logged in already. And here's the topic for the day, okay? This is my very first time in Laredo. Very first time. I've been to Texas a whole lot in my lifetime, some of the bigger cities around the state, but I've never been to Laredo. So, I believe Jason and I are both flying out on tomorrow. Holly, you're flying out today, aren't you? You should have stayed with us, Holly. You should have stayed with us. Jason and I are, we got an extra day in Laredo. So, if we wanted to know what was something cool to do Friday after work in Laredo, and you guys wanted to relay that message loud and clear to Jason and myself, what would it be? Now, that doesn't need to be exactly what you write about, but what we want you to write is something unique about your hometown, Laredo. Something unique. It could be about the school that you attend. It could be about a favorite restaurant, a favorite park, whatever it is, but the topic is Laredo. It could be what you do on the weekends in Laredo. Do we have the writing orders? Are we cool with that? Is that going to be enough for you to write me about 4 or 5 couplets to create a verse? All right. Select your music. You're in the platform. Start writing. And look, folks, start it out with a dope first line. I'm going to come around and check everybody's first line. Start it out. And if you need help, that's what we're going to give to you. All right? All right, let's go. Let's say about 15 minutes, all right? About 15 minutes. Let's write. Go for it. I think I'm going to get a little music playing lightly in the background. Hey, you know what? Let me pause you guys for a minute. So, to not have us all like trying to play different beats, let's choose one beat that we want to write to, all right? Does this one sound okay, or do we want something more up-tempo, slower than this? Anybody? Can we rock with this? Dean? We're okay with this? Dean, you're already looking at your first line, like trying to read it to the beat. Everybody okay with this beat? All right, this is what we'll rock to then. Go for it. And that helps me out too, as I'm helping you. All right, come on. That's what I'm talking about. You rocking the Tommy Hilfiger, you better have the fly rhymes over here. All right, get busy. Yo, guys, it's your boy Ruben. Come on. Come on. All right, now, if you're ending with Ruben, you see you got perfect and slant rhymes here, man. Cuban, music, student. Cuban is a perfect rhyme. Ruben, Cuban. Music is a slant rhyme because it doesn't necessarily rhyme, but depending on how you finesse it, you can still make it work. So you'd be like, yo guys, it's your boy Ruben. Come and get down, listen to the music. You see what I'm saying? You can still make it work, so do your thing. Yes. All right, click on language arts and do any one of those. Just click on any one. Do, yep. And now pick any lesson. Pick that one. That's fine. Yep. And now go to the bottom, scroll to the bottom, and open the lyric lab. And let's start. And that's where you're gonna start writing at. Got it? Yo, I ain't even calling no name and putting nobody on the spot, but somebody got like 8 lines already. 8 lines. Come on, folks. All right, how we looking? How we looking? Now let me say this. First of all, you got the fashion flavor out of everybody. I already peeped that. The 9-inch nail things popping, you know, you got to rep that. Like that's what your flow can be about. You know, if you want to make it about self in Laredo, how I move through Laredo, like make it work for you. That's the main thing, all right? Make it work for you. So when you're writing, remember it's all about your voice, all right? It's about your voice. When you hear people performing, whether it's country, R&B, hip hop, gospel, you got a voice, you got a platform, you got a stage to speak from. This is your opportunity to be your unique self in how you want to give this to your audience. All right, so here's the deal with this. I see where you're going, it's looking good. You gotta think about your cadence, okay? So right now, you say, here in Laredo is a lot of things to do, such as get a nice view. But you gotta make it fall with the beat. So here in Laredo, there's a lot of things to do. One of those things is to get a nice view. You gotta make it fall in your pocket. So right now, that line is too short to fall in your pocket. So here in Laredo, there's a lot of things to do. One of those things is to get a nice view. In Laredo, there's a lot of things to do. One of those things is to get a nice view. One of those things is to get a nice view. One of those things is to get a nice view. Is to get a nice view. Bam. That's your first line. Things to do. One of those things is to get a nice view. You can go to the malls, buy some new shoes, and then go ahead and get some tattoos. That's how you work it. That's how you work it. That's how you work it. I like where you're going, though. I like that. I already saw a tattoo shop when I was in town, so I love it. All right, so a conversation I was just having, try to make the cadence work. You can't have a long first line and then a really short second line, so you got to try to make the cadence work. You know, and when I say cadence, it's like da 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 da, hey, da 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 da, hey. That's your cadence. How you want that rhyme to fall in your pocket. Cadence. Oh, gotcha. Perfect. Gotcha. Talk to me. Ooh, you're still rubbing that first line. Come on. Welcome to Laredo. It's my hometown. All right, I'm gonna do your cadence like this. Welcome to Laredo. It's my hometown. What do you see in the rhyme generator over here that might work? Ooh, that's exactly what I was looking at. All right, so come on. Welcome to Laredo. It's my hometown. Listen to my rhyme, I'll tell you how to get around. It's my hometown. Listen to my rhyme, I'll tell you how to get around. Hey, don't worry about it. Thank you. All right. So, welcome to Laredo. It's my hometown. Listen to me, I'll tell you how to get around. Welcome to Laredo, it's my hometown. Listen to me now, I'll tell you how to get around. Listen to me now, I'll tell you how to get around. Listen to me now, I'll tell you how to get around. Yep. Listen to me now, I'll tell you how to get around. Okay. Listen to me now, I'll tell you how to get around. There it is. That's your first line. Then hit enter and repeat that again. And try to make it tie in because you just told me now you're going to tell me how to get around. So how am I getting around? On a bicycle, on a train, on a horse, on a plane? How am I getting around town? A nice car with some rims? I don't know. You tell me. All right, let's get about 5 more minutes of right time. For those of you that are done writing, now you should be saying your rhyme in your head. Just saying your rhyme to the beat. Seeing if you can make that cadence work. All right. All right, what are we thinking about? Say it again. And what is that? Laredo. Okay. All right. So, what do you like to do? Around town, what do you like to do? At home, what do you like to do? Are you a big gamer at all? Don't really game, but you're big on music. Any local bands here in Laredo that you follow? Nothing local. All right. So let's start your lineup like this. Just say this. Laredo is my home, but I'm all about the music. All right. Laredo is my home, but I'm all about the music. I'm keeping to the cadence here. Laredo is my home, but I'm all about the music. But I'm all about the music. But I'm all about the music. My home, I'm all about the music. I'd like to start my band, but it's hard for me to do it. Laredo is my home, but I'm all about the music. I'd like to start my own band, but it's hard to do it. Laredo is my home, I'm all about the music. I like to start my own band, but it's hard to do it. And you can, and your story can be, you know, there's really not a music scene, but that's what I want to do. So how am I going to create that buzz and that vibe? Like, that could be your story. So Laredo is my home, but I'm all about the music. I like to start my own band, but it's hard to do it. So my next question is, why is it hard to do it? All right, how we looking? Ram? Oh, Ram, look at you. All right. job, good job. Turn me off. Okay. All right. So is it a hard stop at 55? Otherwise, I got to push them out for some performances the last 5 minutes or. All right, we got 5 more minutes, so right now you should be, hopefully, saying what you got to the music. All right, Dean. Kick me what you got. Stop right there, stop right there. All you gotta do is when you rock that, you gotta say it nice and loud. I love your cadence. I love the cadence you got for that, man. I love it. Dude, you. That's my little MC. That's my little MC. All right. All right, can you rock it for me? Can you rock, you gotta find your cadence to do that. Like hearing, there's a lot of things to do. One of those things is to get a nice view. Go to the mall and buy a nice shoe. Oh, you should have said nice view, nice shoe. Go to the mall and buy a nice shoe. Either works. Go to the mall and buy new shoes. Then you go get some tattoos. All right. Then you go get some tattoos. There are so many other things. Then you go get some tattoos. There are so many other things to do. Then you go get some tattoos. There are so many other things to do. You gotta make it, just make it fall in your pocket every time. Make it fall in your pocket with a beat. I like it though. All right, are we fighting it over here? Now I'm gonna tell you, you got a lot on that first line, so you might want to turn that into 2 lines. So like maybe you go, hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about. I would do this. After about, put your cursor here and hit enter. And now hit enter. Ooh, I thought it was going to push that down. Yeah. Okay. Because you can still use that, but for the music, okay. Now go to the next line. Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about. Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about. The radio is talking about. Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about this place called the radio. That's my hometown. Bam. This place called Laredo. That's my hometown. Called Laredo. This place called Laredo. That's my hometown. All right, that's what I'm talking about. And then hit your next line. This place called Laredo. That's my hometown. So imagine you're telling me this story. You're gonna be talking about this place called Laredo. That's my hometown. What's the next thing you're gonna say? right, going to the ball. What are you doing the ball? All right. So you go like this. Hey guys, they talking about this place called Laredo. That's the hometown. Write down. Can I get a mic check? Yes, yes, y'all. Can I get a mic check? Mic check. M-I-C. Can I get a mic check? Can I get a mic check? Yep. Can I get a mic check? C-H-E-C-K. E-C-K. Yep. So can I get a mic check? And yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Catch me in the park. Next line. Yep. Yes, yes, y'all is going to end that line. Now hit enter. Can I get a mic check? Yes, yes, y'all. Catch me in the park when I'm shooting basketball, playing basketball. Yes, yes, y'all. Catch me in the park when I'm playing basketball. You should have kept pumping that out though, man. You see if you can pump out four more lines. You got 4 there? See if you can pump out 4 more. All right. It's the wind down, folks. It's the wind down. Raise your hands if you need help pushing another line or 2. We got some good stuff flowing so far. Ooh, Led Zeppelin. Man, look at you. And first of all, if you talking about doing music, you should be killing this, man. Looking good. Yeah. Damon, you probably got a whole album already, man. I know you ready to go. How you feeling about it? Pretty good? Could you rock it on the mic for everybody? Maybe. All right. Yeah, it does. It does. All right, folks. For the sake of time, I'm going to have to say we're going to go 2 more minutes, all right? Because I see some people starting to fatten up their raps now. I'm getting like a nice verse out of some of y'all. So 2 more minutes, and we're going to stop it on the dime and ask for you to come and show us what you got. But I'll give you a little chat before we go into that. So for my folks watching at schools around the district, this isn't an easy thing to do, all right? Being creative, it takes a lot of energy. So what you're seeing is some students, this is more natural for. Others, it's a bit of a reach. But you know what? We work, we practice, we get it done. That's just the way it goes. Are you writing? 1 minute. probably a perfect time to stop the music. All right. Fellas, let me say this, all right? I remember what it felt like writing rhymes when this was new for me. Let me tell you guys this. Later today, Jason and I are going to be working with teachers from all over the district, probably from every school in the district. And guess what? They're going to be doing this activity or something very similar. And I can promise you, they get as nervous as you guys were when you were doing it. Here's the thing though. For most of you, it's done. You did it. You wrote your original rap about Laredo. Now for those of you, and I know there's a couple of you, that are telling me you want to do music, you want to be in the music business, well, if you want to write and perform, this needs to be easy for you. It doesn't start out that way, but if that's what you want to do for a living, it needs to be easy for you. And how do you make it easy? You practice. You practice, and you don't worry about getting up in front of folks and not being perfect, all right? That's not how it works. I still mess it up, but I don't stop trying, and that's the key. With that being said, we know the music that we chose. Who is the first person who would like to step up and show us what you got? Ram! Y'all give it up. Give it up. All right, Ram, you got your pad in your hand. I'm going to see if I can get a little clip on you here. Hold tight. That might work. Say mic check. Mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2.
All right. Yeah. I don't think you even got to do that. You can just hold your pad how you want to hold it. That should be fine. Yep. All right, y'all. Once again, this isn't an easy thing to do. I'm gonna drop the beat. We're gonna let Ram do his thing. But once again, let's show him a little love, y'all. Show him a little love. Woo. Whenever you're ready, Ram. Whenever you're ready.
Hey, I'm about to tell you, this is a superhero in town. They're caught tomorrow. Now let me tell you about it. There's a guy who is strong, which he named the Mighty Thor. He has a horn ring. He can make lightning and thunder. Then there's a guy named Iron Man. He makes analogy. He has a friend named the Friendly Spider-Man. He could climb walls and shoot webs.
All right, sound man. How we came on that mic? Ram got to do that again? We good? Ram, can you do it a little bit louder? Can you? Can you? Can you try to do it a little bit louder? Just try it. Take it from the top again. All right? Take your time now, but a little bit louder.
Hey, I'm about to tell you, this is a superhero in town. They're caught tomorrow. Now let me tell you about it. There's a guy who is strong, which he named the Mighty Thor. He has a hammer. He can make lightning and thunder. There's a guy named Iron Man. He makes technology. He has a friend named the Friendly Spider-Man. He can climb walls and shoot webs.
All right, give it up, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. Ram, thank you. Thank you. Let me grab the mic from you. All right, so we all know Ram is a huge comic head, and that's what he does with his time in Laredo. That's what I do with my time in South Carolina when I'm not working. I like to watch Marvel superhero movies. Ram, thank you. Thank you. Who's up next? Mic check, who's up next? Come on, you know you got to do it. Come on. Come on. All right. Anybody? Is that a hand up? Hey, man. We don't want to take all this swag back to the teacher. Somebody else come and get up a Flocab t-shirt. Somebody. Oh! Woo! All right, let me mic you up and get the beat going. Hold on. Hold on. All right. You ready? Nice and loud for me? Let's get this beat popping. Hold on.
Yo, guys, it's your boy Ruben, and you know he can sing the music. Welcome to his hometown, Laredo, where he can show you all around if he is down. He can also show you all around the park, where he hangs out with his friend Mark.
All right, give it up. That was straight on point. That was straight on point because he talked about Laredo hanging out at the park, and it sounded like you rhymed that with your best buddy Mark, right? Much love. Give it up, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. All right. We're going to get one more. And I'm going to have to put him on the spot because he's been showing out all day. Oh, you got your Flocab swag. I don't know if we got any more swag to give to this guy, but Dame, you got to do it, son. Yeah. This is every time I do this, I end up having an MC of the day, and this is my MC of the day. Like going around and watching him jump into this. First of all, by the time most of us were writing our first line, he was already 4 lines in, and his cadence, all right? Like I'm saying it one way, he's saying it to me another way. It still rhymes, but it's a beautiful cadence. So with all that being said, I know I put you on the spot. Let me mic you up. Thick sweater. And we're going to get this thing popping, y'all. All right, last one for the day. I'm going to rock this beat for you, and you're going to take us home.
Okay.
Loud and proud, like that.
All right. All right, let me start this off clean. All around Laredo, it's all green. Though it ain't that clean, it is very nice. Just so you know, it's like a piece of advice. It is very hot, I can't lie about that. But there in the beginning of the year, it's all that. Just try and dodge the heat like an acrobat. But hey, you can't blame it, it's just a habitat. So while you're here, just try and enjoy it, or else you might be a pig.
Oh! And that's the note to end on. Yo, give me a hug, dude. You rock it, man. You rock it. All right. Dave, thank you, man. I don't know what else we can
I don't know how to top that. I don't think we can.
Yeah. I don't think we can. Folks, listen. This isn't supposed to be an easy activity. All right? Maybe if you did it for a living, sure. But keep in mind what we just went through. For some of you, it was the first time practicing writing a rhyme. Some of you probably will never write a rhyme again. Others may leave here today saying, you know what, I kind of like that. I think I am going to try this on my free time. But that's what makes you become better. Even as adults, we go through it. You think on the first day of school, your teacher's on a little bit nervous? Yeah. You think someone who works for the sheriff department, first day on the job, isn't a little bit nervous? Yeah, that's a part of life. But the magical moment is the fact that you guys engaged and you did the activity. Everybody was writing. So all of you that are tuning in, hopefully you guys and girls were writing as well, and it can be fun. And to the teachers that are watching, when your students complete the activity, give them a platform to get up in front of their peers and perform their piece if it's something that they would like to do. That's all about student voice. That's all about student choice. It's all about empowerment. Guys, I think the camera's about to go down. We're going to sit back and kick it a little bit before we wrap up here today. But to the folks district-wide, Dr. Jenkins, little Flocabulary coming at you. Big shout, Jason and Holly. Holly, wave for the camera, please. And Bam, and Jason, wave for the camera. We did it, y'all. So thank you for tuning in. And fellas, once again, give yourselves a round of applause. Good job. All right, am I down? Yeah, you guys, you did it, man. You did it. All right, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. And who was my person who responded saying, I'm going to do a YouTube channel? Where are you? I should have known. I should.